Today we're going to do some merging, and I thought we'd film one of the hives so you could actually see what we're doing. We're merging because we need to decrease the number of hives, because we know all these hives are so large. They're going to swarm on us in a few weeks' time, and we just need to reduce the number of hives that we have, which will also boost up the hives that we actually amalgamate with them with, and make them that particular hive much stronger. So this is one particular hive where we noted that the queen didn't really expand as much in the last 3 weeks, and we made a decision that sadly we have to kill the queen from this hive, then take all her bees and put them on top of another hive using what we call the newspaper method. So, but first of all, we have to go into the hive and find the queen. That's easier said than done. And then, unfortunately, we'll give her a ceremonial send-off.
Now we need to take off the top box and put the top box on here, just to stop the queen from going up between the two boxes whilst we're looking for her. It makes it easier to find her. This is another reason why we thought we'd get rid of this queen, because the bees are a little bit more upset when we go into the hive than in the other hive, so we're nipping it in the bud and making sure that we only have bees that are very docile and calm.
So we've now found the queen, and what we have to do now is to pick her up, catch her, and then humanely dispose. And then this hive will be queenless. So now we've caught the queen and she's disposed of, we now need to go to the hive that we're going to put the two boxes on top of using what we call the newspaper method. So we're not actually going to disturb this hive as such, but we're going to take the lid off, and then we're going to place newspaper between the two hives. Now what that does, it stops them fighting, and by the time that they have eaten through the newspaper, the smell of the top hive will have gone into the bottom hive, and they should, in theory, be accepted into that hive. So we'll just remove the lid of this hive.
So we've just slit the newspaper in two places to allow the scent to come through. And that's the first box. Final thing is to shake the bees from the bottom box at the entrance so they fly in.
What we're doing now is that this is the rest of the hive, and as you can see, all the bees that were flying are coming back thinking, well, where's my hive gone? Where's it gone? So what we need to do now is to remove every evidence of a hive, and these bees will eventually work their way into the two adjacent hives. It'll take a while, and it'll take also a while for them to be accepted. But that's what will happen, and by the end of the day all these bees will be in another home. Well, we've now killed 4 queens that we need to get rid of, which is very unfortunate. But now we're going to create 2 nucleus colonies, and we've got our 2 nucleus boxes here, using the 2 queens that are very productive, and we will take those back home and we'll use these as feeder nukes. So we can, when she starts laying in them, we can then use the frames of bees or the frames of brood and put them in any hives that might be struggling to support them or to build the hives up. So the job now is that in these hives here, we've got 2 hives here with 2 very good queens in. We're going to transfer the queen into each hive and take both hives 2 frames of brood, 1 frame of pollen and 1 frame of nectar, and 1 frame of drawn comb, so she can expand into that and lay into that particular frame. So that's the plan. So now we're going to work on one of these hives, find the queen and the various frames that we need, and we'll do a 1-for-1 swap with the empty frames we've got in here to put back into these hives here. So the first frame that we've pulled out is absolutely ideal to go into our nucleus colony because it is full of nectar, and that's what she'll need and the bees will need. So we're going to put that in our nuke now. So our second frame that we've found is full of pollen, which is absolutely ideal for the nucleus colony. So we've now given them nectar and pollen.
The queen, just going to catch her now and put her in there. There we go. So we know she's in the nuke box now, but that frame wasn't suitable for us to put in the nuke because it had quite a lot of capped brood, and we want to clear all the mites, the varroa mites, out of this colony.
So here we've found a frame now with full of eggs, which is absolutely ideal to go into our nucleus colony. So we found our 5th frame. It has quite a few eggs and larvae in it, which is what we're looking for, so we get progression. But it also has some capped brood in as well. Now what we will do tomorrow is we will scrape the cappings off the capped brood so that we've got access then to oxalic, the nuke, and that will then kill all the mites, so this hive will then be completely mite free.
We've moved the hives so that there's plenty of airflow rather than being on top of the other roof, because the main concern you have when you've sealed this hive up is lack of airflow and overheating of the hive. So really now, as quick as possible, we need to get these home back to our garden and then release them so they've got enough airflow.